Alright students, let's go ahead and revise our next chart. The next chart is on the chapter of input tax credit. Everyone, let's take a quick linking and then we'll go ahead. We started learning GST with goods or service. Goods and service has to be supplied. Supply can be interstate or intrastate. Interstate supply, I GST will be levied. Intrastate, C GST. Once GST is levied, GST has to be collected and paid by a taxable person. How will he collect and pay? He will calculate GST is equal to value of supply into rate of tax. Once you know the value, you will prepare tax invoice, credit note, debit note and delivery challan, and then your liability to pay will come. Okay, Baba. You will go ahead and maintain your accounts and records and you will send the goods to the other person with the help of e-way bill. Now your liability to pay will come. Liability to pay comes at the time of supply. For an example, you are liable to pay 1000 rupees. You will go ahead and see how do I go ahead and pay this. You will go ahead and use your input tax credit, right everyone? Now, input tax credit chapter, we have section number 16, we have section number 17 and we have section number 18. Section number 16 goes ahead and says who are the people who are eligible. Eligibility and condition is told by section number 16. Section number 17 talks about apportionment and block credit. Section number 18 says special circumstances when you will get the credit. Today we are going to revise section number 16. Very important for your exam. It also has a small amendment. Let's go ahead and get it started. First of all, what do you mean by input tax credit? Whatever inwards you buy, basically might be it is input or it is input services or it is capital goods which are basically used or intention is to use for your business. Input services or capital goods. Inputs mean those goods which are goods which are used in your business, other than capital goods which are used or intention is to use in your business. Then input services are those services which are used or intention is to use in your business, and capital goods mean those goods which are capitalized, used in your business or intention is to use in your business. You will get all the inputs ka tax ka credit. Tax means what everyone? GST paid under forward charge or reverse charge, and whatever GST you have paid basically under forward charge or reverse charge, you will get the credit, whether it is CGST, HGST, IGST or UTGST or might be it is compensation cess also. Remember always, whenever you go ahead and import, on importation you pay IGST and that credit also you will get on the basis of bill of entry. And sir, but it does not include composition tax, means input pay tax ka credit you will get, but composition tax ka credit you will not get. So whatever input pay, whatever tax you pay under forward charge or reverse charge, you will get the credit, and credit will be given in the e-credit ledger. Always remember one thing, you have to go ahead and avail the credit, right everyone, and the credit will be given in your e-credit ledger. Later you will go ahead and utilize it, right everyone? Let's go ahead and understand the first section, section number 16. Section number 16 has 16.1, 16.2, section number 16.3 and section number 16.4. Section number 16.1 goes ahead, 16 goes ahead and says eligibility and condition subject to which credit will be given. Eligible is a registered person of the goods, services or both which he is using in his business, and the credit will be given in the e-credit ledger. But the credit is given subject to condition fulfilled under section number 16.2. Section number 16.2 condition which are there. Section number 16.2 has A, B, C and D. T, R, T, R condition. Sir, number 1, tax paying document, receipt of goods, services or both, tax paid to the government and return filed. Only then you can go ahead and take the credit. But here one more condition, AA has been inserted, which says that you can take the credit only when the supplier has gone ahead and uploaded the invoices or debit note in the prescribed manner. Basically, he has gone ahead and uploaded in GSTR 1 and the amount is appearing in your GSTR 2B. Only then you can go ahead and basically go ahead and take the credit. That is one new insertion. Section number 16 to AA. Let's understand section number 16 to A. Section number 16 to A says you should have possession of tax invoice, revised tax invoice, debit note or such other tax paying document as told in rule number 36. Rule number 36, 1 goes ahead and says you should have boards, bill of entry, ISD invoice, RCM may, you should have self invoice, which is basically invoice under section number 31(3)(f). D for debit note and S for supplier's invoice, only then you can go ahead and take the credit. Rule number 36 sub rule 2 says description, value, tax, GSTN number and place of supply should be there. In case of interstate supply, place of supply should be there in your invoice or document, only then you can go ahead and take the credit. Rule number 36 sub rule 3 says you will not get the credit of those tax which is paid in case of demand order which is confirmed on occasion of fraud, willful misstatement or suppression of fact. Rule number 36 sub rule 4 has been newly inserted. Everyone, what does it say? It says no ITC shall be available to you with respect to invoice or debit note, the details of which are required to be furnished by the supplier in GSTR 1 and it has not been furnished. Means he has to go ahead and furnish details in GSTR 1. It should be appearing in your GSTR 2B. Only then you will take the credit. That is now told by rule number 36. Rule number 36 sub rule 4 has been amended and they are telling you will get credit only when no ITC shall be available by registered person with respect to invoice or debit note, the details of which are required to be uploaded, which are required to be furnished in section number 37(1) unless the details of invoice or debit note had been furnished in GSTR 1 or supplier has used invoice furnishing facility and furnished the detail and the details of such invoices have been communicated in GSTR 2B. Right everyone, only if the details are communicated in 2B, only then you will be able to take the credit. The same thing which is told in the law, act, rules have been told in the act under section number 16 to AA. Means law may one thing is there, always remember one thing, if they have gone ahead and told something in the rule ke liye act ka backing has to be there. Now act it is again inserted now in the act the same thing, that the details of such invoices or debit note referred to in clause A should have been furnished by the supplier and such details have been communicated to the recipient of such invoice in the manner prescribed under section number 37. Only then the condition to take the ITC is fulfilled. Are you guys able to understand? Next, section number 16 to B says you should have received the goods, services or both. However, deemed receipt ka concept is also fine. Bill to ship to come model mein, when the ultimate recipient receives it, you will be deemed to have received it and you can take the credit of the invoice or debit note. Then sir, you should always have whatever the supplier has gone ahead and supplied you, supplier should have gone ahead and paid the tax to the government, only then you can take the credit. And the last one is you should have filed the return under section number 39. You should have asked for it, only then the credit will be given. Everyone over here, what did I teach you till now? I told section number 16, 1. You are a registered person, only then you can take the credit. Registered person can take the credit of the goods, services or both which he is using in his business, provided the condition under section number 16.2 is fulfilled. Section number 16.2 has 5 conditions now. A is tax paying document should be there. AA is there, which is telling that sir, supplier should go ahead and show the invoices and debit note in GSTR 1 and it should be communicated to you, only then you can take the credit. And the same thing has also been told in rule number 36 sub rule 4. Right everyone? Then sir, TR, R for receipt of goods, services or both, tax paid to the government by the supplier using GSTR 1. Using GSTR 1 nahi, tax should be paid by the supplier using his credit or cash, and you should have filed your return under section number 39, only then you will get the credit. Correct everyone? Then we have proviso to section number 16.2 which goes ahead and says 16.2 related proviso it is goods received in lots or installment, ITC on the receipt of the last lot or installment. Section number 16.2 ka second proviso says you should make the payment to the supplier within 180 days from the date of the invoice. If you don't make the payment to the supplier within 180 days of invoice, whatever credit you have availed, the same amount has to be reversed along with interest at the rate of 18% from the date of availing to the date the amount is reversed, added to your output tax liability and paid. No reversal with respect to those supplies which are made under supplies under RCM, supplies without consideration, and on that part of value of supply which is made by the recipient. In that scenario there is no reversal. Sir, tell me one thing, after 180 days you went ahead and reversed the credit, later when I make the payment to the supplier, will you give the credit again? Yes Baba, there is no time limit, you can take the credit again. Regain karne ke liye, for regaining the credit there is no time limit. Section number 16.3 says if you take depreciation of the tax component, don't take ITC. If you take ITC, don't take depreciation. Section number 16.4 goes ahead and says maximum time limit to go ahead and take the credit with respect to an invoice or debit note is, sir, due date of monthly return of September of the next financial year. Due date can be 20th, 22nd, 24th also, right everyone? September month ka due date. September month ka monthly return ka due date, which is basically generally 20th of September, or actual date of annual return, whichever is earlier. Here we are done with section number 16. A graded topic for your exam. Two amendments I told you. Rule number 36 sub rule 4 has been amended, which says you can take the ITC only when supplier shows the invoices and debit note in the GSTR 1 and it comes in your GSTR 2B. Same thing given law ka backing also by writing in section number 16 to AA, saying that supplier uploads the detail in GSTR 1, communicated to you, only then you can go ahead and take the credit. Here we are done with section number 16. Congratulations, people.